so it is the sound of FPF. We are here at the finals at the Complex Bell. This is Division C. On one side, we have a team that's been here occasionally, so to speak.
Awesome.
The occasion gets set to take on the heavy favorite from the preseason, no fly zone. Despite having a hiccup late in the season against Milton Field, no fly zone basically came in exactly what we expected, and they've been they look like would be the Division C All-Star team on all on one roster versus a team that's, you know what, they're always going to be that little engine that could. Brocation's a team we never really give a chance to, and yet they have so many finals berths, so many times that they get to the finals and a couple of championships as well. I'm joined by Justin Blanchard and Simon Dagenet. Welcome, gentlemen. Any thoughts about this game before we get started?
Well, you've mentioned how we don't give much credit to Brocation, but Brocation is a very solid team. Yeah, in Division 4, Division C, they've always been a powerhouse in the past few years. They've made the championship more than one time. The core has won championships. It's all about the quarterback. Everybody had doubts about Christian Central coming into these games, into the playoffs. He's known to crack under the pressure, but this season he's been playing fantastic football in the playoffs. Yes, he likes to go for those 40 bombs. He likes to go for the flashy throws. But in the second half, when those are out of the question, he's been looking on the check down, and Brocation's offense has been playing sky high.
Yeah, and on the other side of the field, you have No Fly Zone, who their second season as under this team name, but filled with guys who have been in the league a long time. Between Eddie Martinez, Steve Sanner, Rich Humes, Vinny Guilano, just to name a few. And
Derek Fantano, who's also been around
exactly.
for a long time.
And adding Kevin St. Pierre this year to the team, essentially replacing Matt Bechera as we get the first snap here.
Tarantola looks to his left and runs to his left and then dumps it to the ground. We see that first incompletion on the first play of the game.
But it's more of a discard than an actual incompletion, where he was about to get sacked. He realized let's not lose 7 yards and get the negativity from the sack right off the bat. Let's just throw this incomplete and move on to the second play.
Kyle Britton unable to get to that ball, thrown short. Second play as he gets ready to receive the snap from Mark Provo. Tarantola gets the ball, looks left, delivered quickly, caught by Jonathan Louis. Jonathan Louis makes a cut on the inside and gets quickly deflagged.
Yeah, and that's going to be really big on that left sideline, is making those flags, because once Louis makes one cut, once he makes that first guy miss, oftentimes he's running down the sideline. So that's going to be very important matchup on that side of the field.
Jonathan Louis, now known for being one of the fastest guys in the division. Not many people know him. He's only been playing in spring seasons, but he's a very strong player on both sides.
He's one of those kids we talked. In the last game, making the mistake of going back, try to get upfield. He's the one guy. I'll be like, go ahead, you do that.
Make all the cuts you want.
Because he has the speed.
Tarantola breaks the rush, but then gets quickly deflagged by Kevin St. Pierre right around the
for a sack, for minus a
yard.
yard.
It is in fact a sack.
Yeah, and obviously Christian Tarantola, who he's a quarterback who likes to run, he likes to move around. Against a rusher like Kevin St. Pierre, you're not going to get around him too many times too often. He had a few guys open. He's really going to need to just start making those throws instead of looking to run, because he's not going to gain many yards, I think.
Gentlemen, with that early sack, make Tarantola apprehensive about moving in the pocket?
No, there's no way he's going to change it.
Really nothing.
He's been doing it for 13 weeks. Why would you change something that has been working for you because of one play?
Tarantola gets the ball on this play, looks over the middle field, then to his left, delivers a pass in dangerous territory as Derek Fontana knocks it down in front of Kyle Britton.
That's turnover on downs. Great pass deflect by Derek Fontana. Made a good play. He was covering the wide receiver and then managed to bat the ball out that was going to the soft bat.
Yeah, and here we see just about the worst start you can have, other than really like a pick six for Brocation. Unable to convert on fourth down on the own side of the field. And giving No Fly Zone here a great shot at taking the lead.
The question we must ask yourselves is Brocation experienced enough to say, hey, it's one drive, it's not the end of the world, it doesn't really matter? Or is this going to get into their head and shake out from there?
I guess we'll find out.
Rich Humes gets the ball, rolls to his right, delivers the ball to Eddie Martinez, who smiles his way into the end zone but gets deflagged just shy.
He's a very happy man.
So happy. Well, look, if you're that good looking, won't you be as happy as he is?
Probably. We'll never know.
Neither will I. Justin, however, feels differently, of course, because Justin loves himself some him.
Mr. Finals MVP, Justin Rachel.
Justin, not everything's about you.
Thanks, guys.
We return to the game.
He comes up, he went up, Div E, went up to the guy and says, as a former Finals MVP, here's a trophy of Finals
It
MVP.
was actually
That actually happened.
Stop
No
creating
fly
these
zone
new,
now, just outside the end zone. Rich Hume's getting ready to receive the snap. Gets it, rolls to his right, has a receiver at the back of the end zone, has two receivers as Eddie Martinez gets the touchdown that was taken away
Mr.
from him.
Smiles himself.
It's just so easy right now for no fly zone. Just Rich with his ability to move around in the pocket, with that great that great arm of his, and obviously a big target in Eddie Martinez in the back of the end zone. It's kind of tough to miss, and no fly zone take the quick 6-0 lead.
Well, it's the kind of play you wanted from no fly zone. The perfect offense to start off the bat. Their defense has been really strong. Now it's time to see what Brookhaven is gonna have as an answer to what just happened.
Humes gets the ball in the convert, puts it to the back of the end zone, and is caught by Corey Woloski.
This has been
Catches it, hops, and walks to the
the
bounds.
play of the night so far.
It's the new play, the corner from the snapper.
Corner from the snapper, and I'm standing. Like
It works though.
Listen, we've
It
seen
works when your snapper's not
everyone-
peas.
peas. You know, when are you gonna start doing
Just
that?
wait longer. I'll get there.
We ran it. We used to run it this winter, me and Peas. And then he looks at me, he's like, why don't we do it more often? Because you cannot run.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
Get me a hoverboard.
So as we mentioned, now it's 7-0 no fly zone. Brookhaven needs to score somehow. Time is irrelevant. They just need to score on this drive.
Brookhaven out of the trips formation. The ball delivered quickly to the sideline. It is caught by Vinny Galano.
Kyle Lebowski.
By Kyle Lebowski.
Don't you ever. Kyle Lebowski is a man of his own. All right, this is
He is.
one of the
That's
best receivers, honestly, in all of the league, and obviously, especially in this mid-tier, if you will, Division C. Kyle Lebowski just pops off in this division, and there he is. That's the first time that we've heard his name called, and I think we're going to hear it at least a few more times before the end of the night.
Once again in trips, it is caught once again by Lebowski, who turns it upfield, and the turf monsters get him as he falls to the ground.
Turf monster's back.
It's been
Didn't
happening
take long,
all night. All the
Really
games we've
didn't
seen so
take
far,
long.
guys have been unable to keep their footing.
And there you go, Christian Charantola going back again to Kyle Lebowski. Listen, we can't really put any other way. He's going to need a big game from Lebowski if Brookhaven hope to win this game. Lebowski and Charantola, Justin that is, being the two top receivers stats-wise for Charantola.
It's a very interesting matchup to watch 11 go on 11. Lebowski on Guilano.
This time we see them in trips once again, but now Jonathan Louis moves one slot inside, and Charantola looks to run again, but gets deflagged by Eddie Martinez.
Yeah, one of the rare times that we've seen Kevin St. Pierre miss a really good opportunity to make a sack there, and but again, Charantola. Listen, I understand it's his game, but against a team like No Fly Zones, they read you so well as a quarterback, and especially a guy like Eddie Martinez. The second you make it seem like you're going to take off running, he will get up there and make sure that he gets that tackle. You make the rusher miss. You have extra time to push the field, to push the ball downfield. You have to throw it. You have to throw it, in my opinion.
And he had Mark Provo open at the back of the end zone as well.
Exactly.
He gets the ball, looks to his right, then starts moving to his right, stops, throws over the back to the other side of the field. It is dropped.
By Alec.
Charantola, yeah.
The brother connection.
Listen, that time we saw make the right read, make the right throw. Unfortunately, it was just a drop pass.
Do anybody need more recent pictures than the Charantola?
Oh my God!
They don't even look the same.
No, they look like different people.
If you look at their pictures, you don't know who's who.
It's bad.
It's just Justin looks a bit like himself. But aside from
Barely
that,
though,
the
I
other
mean,
two, it's Christian the worst though.
They now look like what the kidnappers have done to them, so you won't recognize them. Charantola once again running in trips in a somewhat stacked formation with Louis behind his other receiver. Louis stops, finds a hole, catches the ball, cuts back in, gets deflagged by Vinny Galano.
Yeah, just a very simple little out route there, making use of a screen, if you will, from Justin over top. And it's now fourth down here. And it's early, but
It is fourth.
It's fourth down now.
Yeah.
So
Hence why he said it is now fourth down.
Oh, I heard
Smart.
it was not. Sorry, Justin.
Why would okay? Moving on here. The point being,
there is not elephants on the field.
the point being, it's points like these that are going to end up, really changing the course of the game. Defining the game, really, if you will. Brookhaven need to score. They need to keep it close. They just need to go really score for score at this point.
Charantola gets the ball, moves to his left, This time taking Eddie Martinez to the sideline, but Eddie Martinez with his 7-foot wingspan able to pull down the flag.
Still, I'm telling you, you're not going to get around a guy like Eddie Martinez all that often. I mean, yeah, he's a bigger guy, doesn't seem all that fast and shifty, but he does not miss many tackles. And once again, you take off running, he's going to come up at you. He's not going to wait for you to come to him.
It's fourth down. You're facing a very veteran defense. You should know that you're not going to run to the end zone. You should at least throw it up for one of your receivers to make a play.
Let somebody make a play, exactly.
Attempt something, because running right now has not been working. So you need to find another solution.
Even for a guy like Charantola likes to run a lot, that is already a lot of attempts in really the first few minutes of the game, and it doesn't really bode well for the rest of the game for Brocasian if this is how it's going to go.
The ball snapped to Humes. Humes looks to his right, delivers. Galano catches, cuts through two defenders, and gets deflagged.
That's the perfect scenario for no-fly zone. They were in their end zone. Rich Humes was taking the snaps in his own end zone. It's not a very favorable position. Hits the 5-7 yard hook. Now it's out of his own end zone in very much more comfortable position, and no-fly zone's back on the right pace.
No-fly zone waiting to get the second down play in. Walwaski walks up to snap the ball. Alex Charantola is ready to rush. The ball's in Humes' hands. He moves to his right once again, delivers a deep ball to no one. The ball falls harmlessly to the sideline.
This was a great rush by Alex Charantola, keeping Rich Humes contained. He couldn't go outside. Rich Humes was maybe looking to run. The run was not there. Forced it to nobody instead of trying to get some sort of tough pass to one of his players and maybe picked off.
Yeah, really great rush there by Charantola, an all-star rusher this year in Division C. And listen, Brocasian, they're gonna need a big game from him, especially against the guy who likes to move like Rich Humes. He's going to need to put pressure on him. He's going to need to really force some bad throws because Rich simply does not throw that many. And
so far, we see Brocasian being 0-2 on third downs and
third and fourth downs.
On third and fourth downs, exactly, in the last two drives.
As Rich Humes decided to go for the run on this play, Kyle Britton came up and made the great tackle to save much yardage, but it's still the first down run, and it's exactly what no-fly zone wanted.
Yeah, he really just kind of juked Charantola out of his shoes there, faking it hard to his left before cutting back right. And that's what a guy like Rich Humes, he can give you. I mean, the guy he doesn't have the best of arms. He has a solid arm. He reads the field well. And that extra the addition of mobility, it just makes it so frustrating for a defense overall.
And Charantola perhaps would be more successful just forcing him to one side, as we've seen a couple times. But that's what he'll need to do all game. Humes does stop, deliver the ball towards the sideline.
Dangerous
against his body.
Yep. Dangerous
exactly,
throw.
Dangerous.
Running, rolling to his right before throwing it all the way across the field. Lucky there that honestly that it wasn't on target, because against the DB like Kyle Lebowski, who I think had three or four pick sixes this season.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful there against a guy like him.
It's the kind of play on defense that you want to see. You want to see QB run on one side and then throw across his body with not the accuracy, not the strength you would usually have. And then the DB has a favorable position. And if he touches that ball, it's a pick six guaranteed because there's no one else to stop him.
Humes is ready, gets the ball, instantly rolls to his left, delivers to Walwaski, and the big man takes down his defender to the just left the center.
Walwaski taking the big hit, a bit slow to get up. But a good solid play there. We haven't really talked a lot about Corey Walwaski this season, but he's been very effective in the slot. Great hands, just runs the easy routes, but he makes the catch and he just moves the yards, man.
Kolobovsky was sitting out after taking a hit from Corey Walwaski. Unintentional hit, but Kolobovsky's walking off for now, which means Mark Provo is now back on defense.
Huge loss right there for Brocasian. At this point, you really just hope he's okay. He looks to be in a lot of pain there on the sideline.
Humes gets the ball, moves to his right, delivers to Walwaski over the middle of the field.
We haven't been talking much about Corey Walwaski for no-fly zone this season.
I just said that.
I know. I'm repeating you. But he's been a major piece for them, mostly on converts. It's something that when you watch no-fly zone, he's been using him on converts a lot. It's not a stat that goes on the stat sheet, so it's tough for us to see when you're not at the games. But Corey Walwaski has been the number one target on 1-point converts. And you can see today he's been his blanket.
He's just dependable, man. He's a dependable guy. Can't say the same for
great hands.
Basically anybody but Pease. But
exactly. That's pretty much what you're looking for. Walwaski getting ready to snap once again to Humes. Humes gets it, taking a snap really pretty much at 5 yards. Throws the ball to Eddie Martinez, but it's behind him.
Honestly, at this point, I think we've seen Rich Humes roll to his right on a drop back more than do anything else.
He moved left once.
He moved left once. I mean, listen, if I'm Charantola, you have to maybe try something new here. Maybe take a wider angle to try to force him back back to his left.
But that's
Do
what I was saying
something.
earlier. Is perhaps that what he needs to do is just completely commit to forcing him to one side.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
if he's gonna run, he's gonna run.
Yeah.
But if you get that, it also helps with defense. The guys on defense could shift because you could see earlier when he tried to throw across his body, it wasn't
Or
pretty.
I mean, listen, it's a bit wild, but you have him line up. You have your DB line up 7 yards, and you have him rush from the wideout position, and he would never see that coming.
That's true. The ball incomplete at the back of the end zone. However, I don't think you can use that on every play.
No, of course
You
not.
could
But I
quickly
mean,
adjust.
listen, you do it once, you maybe twice in the game, but
It's an
the
interesting
point.
play. Interesting.
The point being, you try it once, and you
See what happens.
You see what happens. Especially down here in the red zone, it's important. You force a turnover, you're right back in this game.
Well, at this point, even if No Fly Zone does not score, they still have a 7-point lead. They're knocking on the doors, but we know that from the season, Rich Hume's accuracy back at the end zone is not as good as in front of the end zone.
Yeah.
And we saw it on display. Steve Sander was wide open.
Very
and
important here as we see Karl Lebowski back on the field and ready to go here.
And we have trips as Lebowski still lines up against Corey Bolowski, and the ball is caught in the end zone by Vinny Galano.
Wide open, Vinny Guilano. The defense looked a bit shaky. They were everybody was shining on Corey Wolowski, trying to get him off the line, and next thing you know, Vinny Guilano comes from the outside and just on the skinny post, just wide open.
We see it here on the replay. Humes looking to his right, delivers it over the middle of the field.
Yeah,
And Galano makes a good
once
catch.
again, what was he doing? Rolling out to his right. So you have to do something against that.
And we are now set for the convert. Humes ready, gets the ball, looks to his left, has a receiver on his left, goes up, and Steve Sander catches the ball.
See again, an interesting play where Rich bought a little bit of time, and there was like a bunch of people over there. There was white, there was gray, there was a bunch of guys, but overall, you could see it was a great play by No Fly Zone Rich Humes.
That was a 6-minute drive by No Fly Zone. That's we
That
expected
is-
them to be sort of like a more high-flying team in this kind of game, but they're not taking their chances. They're moving the ball slowly.
No, and
been
it's working. Yeah, exactly. It's working for them. It's working perfectly for them. As they go.
Is
really
it by
two
design,
drives,
though?
Two drive. Well, regardless if it's by design or not, I mean they're good enough that they can score on long drives, on short drives, whatever. It really doesn't matter to them.
Sarantola throws a dangerous ball to Jonathan Louis in the middle of the field, and Eddie Martinez gets very close to swallowing it up.
Still had a smile on his face.
Still.
He did pat it down, but it's now you're starting to see Christian Chantola shaking it a little bit. He needs to score fast. It's what they do best, and he just can't make it. And now they're down 14.
Yeah, very lucky there. It seemed like Eddie Martinez had a chance at that pick, but I think it was as Vinny Guilano said on the podcast, he's had a lot of drop picks for No Flies in this season. So a bit fortunate there for Brocasian.
Hey, it is still a PD.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take the positive.
Yeah.
Sarantola delivers quickly to his left. Louis catches the ball, cuts, and is deflagged by the dependable Derek Fontana.
Another good tackle there by Fontana. I mean, listen, if Louis gets by him, that's a touchdown, in my opinion. So, listen, it's important for once we're actually seeing Brocasian starting to kind of move the ball here a little bit. Still showing some life. But honestly, if they don't score on this drive, it's not looking pretty.
There was a big first down from John Louis, who's now you could see Christian Chantola is finally starting to stretch the field using both wide receivers, using a snapper. We're yet to see him use guys like his brother Justin, but it's only a matter of time.
He had the corner open quickly, but instead delivers to Louis on the hook. Louis takes upfield. Look, Sarantola is now letting the receivers do the work for him.
Yeah, definitely, and that's again a guy like John Louis. That's what you want to do. You give Louis a 2-yard hook, and he's going to take it at least another 5-7 yards down the field. And once again, Fontana with a good tackle. But here they are, finally, Brocasian knocking on the door here. And, like Simon alluded to earlier, we haven't really heard from guys like Justin, who's been, I think, his top, if not number 2 target. But regardless, it's working.
Jonathan Louis gets in for the touchdown. Fontana again with the D-flag, this time slightly late.
See, the Jonathan Louis was the entire drive. I feel like they're picking on Derek Fontana right now. They're not going to John Louis is going against Derek Fontana. He's thinking if I could get them to switch and shift towards the left side and maybe cheat a little bit more, I might get guys like Kyle Lebowski a bit more open on the other side.
And Lebowski had 11 touchdowns this season. Justin Sarantola, the guy like you guys were saying, hasn't been used. has 7 touchdowns on the season, so a lot of different weapons on Brocasion.
Yeah, but at least,
Sarantola
I think he had at
moves.
least 30 receptions though still. So.
Avoids Kevin St. Pierre, throws to the back of the end zone.
That's tough right
and
there.
it's
You
knocked
had Lebowski wide open in the back of the end zone, and against a team as solid as that executes as well as no fly zone, these converts are going to end up being really important in this game.
And Lebowski, all he could do there was essentially just knock the ball down because he couldn't pivot, couldn't reposition himself. Do you think that has anything to do with the contact earlier from Corey Lebowski?
I don't think so. I feel like he was just crashing inside, and the pass was slightly behind him, so he turned his body to try to catch the ball. It wasn't on target, and he simply couldn't bring it down. But it's one of those one of those catches that are really tough to make.
Yeah, it was really just a poor throw by Ciarantola there.
He made a great play to break the rush from Kevin St. Pierre.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
He simply couldn't
But
connect afterwards.
Yeah, you have to make the play.
Rich Humes gets the ball, looks to his right, rolls once again, delivers over the middle of the field. Wawowski catches it, and it gets deflagged by Christian Sarantola. Guys, that last drive, about 3 minutes long, Jonathan Louis catches 2 first downs and a touchdown. It's something that we don't really talk about a lot. It was something we don't track stats for, let's say, on our site, but first down catch is hugely important.
Yeah, definitely, and especially for a guy like Louis who, listen, all season long, I'll go back and look here.
He doesn't have the biggest stats.
No,
he's a bigger impact on defense.
In the
than on
regular
offense.
season, 13 catches, 200 yards, and only 6 touchdowns. But he's really stepped up big in this game. And if Ciarantola doesn't feel comfortable enough throwing it on the other side to his top 2 targets, Lebowski and Justin, he's going to need a guy like Louis to step up and really take over this game.
Humes gets the ball just past the middle of the field where he's the most dangerous. He rolls right, stops, cuts back on his left. Now closing is Lebowski. He gets the flag.
He gets a tackle on Rich Humes, who gained about 3 yards from the run. He ran about 50, but only got 3.
Yeah. But still impressive that he was able to shake the rusher twice on the same.
Yeah, but you saw him go left for the first time, then ran back to his usual right side, and didn't have anything that he wanted open, so he was forced to run.
Well, we see here in the replay, Wawowski was wide open by himself.
Also was Vinny Guilano, but that was on the other side of the field. So
yeah, a
again,
difficult throw, and it's not something that he does necessarily well. So he took what was there. Rich Humes, smart play.
And listen, to be honest, he's really had Alec Ciarantola's number up until this point. So if you feel like you can beat the rusher, you go ahead and do it.
Sarantola is rushing once again. Humes stops, looks left. Just before Sarantola is able to get there, he delivers a ball to Fontana, who this time is deflagged by Jonathan Louis.
Okay, well, still good defense there by Brocasion, really making no fly zone work for it here, as it's third down here. So this would be a very big a goal line stop here for Brocasion if they're able to get this stop on the fourth down as well.
We could see it from guys like the Brocasion. They have veterans on defense. They're adjusting really well. The first drive was terrible to watch, but now the defense is coming together. They're getting plays, and
listen,
they're
just
keying properly.
a bit of a slow start here, but Brocasion remains one of, if not the top defense, depending on what stats you're looking at on the season.
Humes delivers quickly to Wawowski, catches it, uses his body to get a couple of extra yards.
The look off from Rich Humes got Kyle Lebowski the jump, and then Corey was wide open on the quick slant.
Yeah, that's the one thing about when you have athletic DBs with that reading ability. Those are the ones that sometimes, if you get them to look one way, then they bite so hard trying to make a play on it that they leave their zone wide open.
Absolutely.
So it was a really smart decision there by Rich Humes.
Wawowski returns to the line of scrimmage, gets ready to deliver the ball. It's snapped. Humes moving to his left, delivers a strike to the back of the end zone. Galano catches it, keeps his feet in.
A great tiptoe catch from Vinny Guilano.
Yeah, I mean, he's done that hundreds of times, honestly, in his career. It's nothing new for him. As, no fly zone here going up by 2 scores. Brocasion, honestly, listen, for this defense, this is a really tough start for them. I think they finished second in points against, first in picks. They have to create something, have to get something going to get their offense really back in the game. Otherwise, no fly zone. They're just going to keep doing this drive after drive after drive.
It's a long game, but we're coming up close to halftime, and no fly zone are really taking this game away from
Humes
Brocasion.
pumps, delivers to the back of the end zone. Wawowski goes up with one hand.
Monster catch from Corey Wawowski with Kyle Bronton on top of him.
Listen, they went again back to the corner route, and Brocasion actually saw it coming that time. Great coverage there by number 14.
Kyle Britton.
Kyle Britton. But just a greater play by Corey Wawowski with the one-handed grab in the back of the end zone.
Easy catch.
There's nothing you can do when the guy goes for one hand all the way on the opposite side of the DB and just knocks it down with one hand. it's just a fantastic play on offense.
No fly zone conclude a 4-minute drive with a touchdown and the extra point. Gentlemen, is this game getting out of hand?
Well, if
We'll see it right now.
Brocasian not scoring this drive, it very well may.
Brocasian not going in quads, giving once again a different look. Tarantola starts
he
to
missed
move.
him.
He shakes, first man shakes Eddie Martinez, and he may have missed the receiver, but he did not
Well, you see,
miss an
but-
opportunity to get a
yeah,
first
but
down.
that's the thing, you know. And I mean, listen, I'm not trying to speak from my retire or whatever. I mean, I do it myself, but as a running quarterback, as a quarterback who likes to use his legs, I know it's tough, but you have to keep your eyes downfield because the ball will always travel faster than you as a runner. And if he's able to make the proper read there, he had Justin really wide open.
I feel like Christian.
You know,
it's right over the
on
middle.
that post, right, and that's a touchdown right there if he leads them.
I
But,
feel
but at that point, Tarantola is already moving to his left.
Definitely, but you know, again at the same time, you have to make the plays if you want to win this game, and clearly running the ball it's not going to get it done.
Tarantola now lining up his troops in trips. Tarantola gets the ball, looks to his left, breaks Kevin St. Pierre, throws the ball over the middle of the field.
Alec is having a tough break
Yeah,
today.
it's just not his day. I think that's the second drop from him.
Yeah.
One of them
on the night.
was going to be a first down on third down.
Well, yeah, and
then,
this
it
also
would
would've
have
been a
even
first
been a
down.
touchdown on,
Yeah.
on that first
Yeah.
drop.
Alec looked like he got hit by the ball, so he's on the sideline. Kyle Britton's back on offense for occasion. They're facing a tough second down. There's not many plays left. I don't know if there's 5 plays or close to. From the time we have on our screen, there should be much left.
Mhm.
I feel like the way Christian has been playing, he's nervous. He's relying on his legs because he knows he's shifty. He knows he's fast instead of using his arm. But
Well,
feel
I
that
think he also knows that this is a good defense that he's facing. He's not facing just anybody. He's facing no fly zone who really represent their team name well.
And we saw there a shift before the play as Lebowski went out into ISO on the right side, and Vinny Galano moving to that side to cover him as well. So they seem to want that matchup, as you pointed out, Simon, before in the game. Number 11 on number 11. So Tarantola smartly keeps taking whatever Jonathan Louis can give him.
He feels like Kyle is not breaking Vini on most of his routes, but John is breaking Derek Fantana on his route. So why not take what's open, score, do what you do best right now, and then see what you can adjust at halftime, because it's not the 25 seconds you get per huddle that there's enough time to discuss, hey, guys, what can we do now?
And trips once again, and Lebowski in ISO. Tarantola looks to his right, goes to his left, starts backpedaling, puts the ball up, and out of the stadium.
It literally went right through the open door.
Gone. We might have lost the ball.
So you could see here that Kevin St. Pierre got to Christian Santola. He couldn't run. He took the run away, and Christian sort of kept backing up, and decided to discard the ball rather than take a huge sack.
I mean, it was interesting to see him continuously backpedal.
Yeah, he kept trying to get away from the rusher to buy himself time, but then he realized how far he was, so he decided, let's throw this one away instead of getting a 15-yard sack that would kill his drive.
Isn't that thing you do in Madden where you keep backing up with the quarterback, you take a 15-yard sack, and you're like, that's dumb.
Or when you play Madden 04 and you just ran around and then you hit the Hail Mary because all the safeties come crashing in.
And Tarantola hoping he could get that happening. This time the safeties come crashing in, and Rich Humes almost took it back to the house.
He read it the whole way.
Rich Humes saw Kyle Lebowski coming in, crashed from the middle, and now that was the last play of the half. Occasions are down by 15,
Man.
and no fly zone starts with the football in the second half.
Very fortunate that they're not down by even more, because that honestly should have been a pick six.
And go
yeah,
ahead.
no, just a tough half overall for Brocasian. I mean, they came out here, only 6 touchdowns. It started off okay, but they have not been able to move the ball very efficiently, and they've struggled hard down in the red zone.
It's 21-6, gentlemen. It is halftime. Is this what you thought the game would be heading into it?
No, there's no way that I expected this. I expected both teams to make plays, but I expected more of a defensive struggle than this kind of output. I was expecting both defenses to make plays the way No Fly Zone has been making plays against Brocasian, but I felt like Brocasian would keep them to maybe 7, maybe 13 points in the first half, and this game is getting really out of hand the way No Fly Zone has been playing, and Brocasian seems to have no answer for it.
No Fly Zone will start with the ball in the second half. Now, in their first playoff game, Brocasian intercepted Shomir TDs twice on the first 2 drives of the game to really take control of that game. Can we see that maybe happening in the second half, where they have a half where they get a couple of interceptions and then all of a sudden things fall into place for them?
Well, they'll really have to, because against a team like No Fly Zone, No Fly Zone, they have scored more points in the second half than in the first half in 7 of their 10 regular season games. This is very much a second half team. No Fly Zone is. They come out, they see what you're doing, they make good adjustments. Brocasian will have to step up very huge early on in the second half. They'll have to find a way to get a first stop, and then the race is on against the clock when you're down by 3 scores.
15.
Well, 15. You have to start moving the ball efficiently. You have to start. Listen, at this point, I understand that he's maybe afraid. I don't know what it is, why he's not going to Justin or Kyle all that often, but you have to let your big players make big plays. And those are his biggest players that he's had all season long.
And we see No Fly Zone and Brocasian at the halftime basically having very similar games, very similar time possession. 1 turnover for Brocasian, very similar yardage, but that turnover may be the difference so far in this game, whereas they had 1 drive where they didn't score, but now being 2 scores down because of that interception, that's huge.
To me, the way this game has been playing the last 5 minutes or so, I feel like Brocasian has a chance to come back and step up.
Mhm.
The defense has been playing much better than the first 10 minutes of the game, but it's going to come down to the adjustments. Can Brocasian's defense finally make a stop on No Fly Zone and make Rich Humes force? Because the last 10 minutes looked very good for Brocasian defensively, but even if they make a stop, offense has not been scoring. And yes, plays are there, yes, guys are open, but it's not the Christian to actually hit these receivers.
Justin, we see coming into this game, as we see the Brocasian roster on the screen. Is it surprising to you that, given that Mark Provost, the leading receiver on the team with 11 catches this postseason, are you surprised that he's not been a bigger part of the game plan today?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, just because obviously if something's working for you, you want to keep going back to it. But at the same time, let's be honest, Mark Provost, he's not exactly as game changing, if you will, as a receiver, as our guys like Louis and Lebowski can really, you give them one pass and that's it, they're gone. They can take it 40 yards right away. It's just weird to see Charantola really just not, just making the plays that he needs to make. He's depending so much on his legs right now, and yes, he has gone maybe 1 or 2 first downs that way, but it's just hurting the team overall, and not to mention it's just taking time off the clock.
Yeah.
In terms of plays, if you will, that Brocasian they just don't have right now.
I feel like Christian is regressing to his former self, where he used to run first, pass second, where this season and mostly this span in the playoffs, where he was a pocket passer. He didn't move much. He made plays on the rusher when the rusher gave him something, but otherwise he was a pass first QB. He was making great plays, great checkdowns, and this is exactly not what we've been seeing today.
No Fly Zone ready for the first play of the second half. Humes gets the ball, moves to his left, delivers quickly to Galano. Galano shakes his man, shakes Lebowski, and finally gets deflected by Jonathan Louis on the sideline.
For No Fly Zone, exactly what you want. For Brocasian, the complete opposite. I mean, 3 guys, they're missed a chance at a very makeable tackle, if you will. And instead, in one play,
It's the finals. You need to make those kind of plays at this point.
No, of course.
And that's the thing Brocasian usually does well. Is
Yeah.
They usually shut down. Things in the short zones. That they're really good. They don't miss flags. They close on those short hooks, and they're not doing that today.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of just making it difficult for No Fly Zone, which they're not doing at all. I mean, these first downs, they're making it so easy. And look here again.
Galano goes up, catches it, wards off Jonathan Louis, still wearing his flag.
They're on the practice field. I don't know what the coverage was there for Brocasian.
Don't cover Vinny Galano.
Leave Vinny alone, I guess, was the call.
We saw in the end of the first half where Vinny was always open on the small hooks on the sideline. His defense was crashing in more towards the right side because Rich was mostly moving to his right side. Now he's sitting more in the pocket. He's reading the field, and I guess in the halftime, Vinny told him, "Hey, listen, I'm wide open on the sidelines."
Yeah, not to mention another missed flag there by
Jonathan Louis.
By Louis, sorry, yes, on Vinny Galano. So
corner to Wolowski on this coverage.
Oh, I watched
to the left side again.
No, Eddie Martinez right here.
No.
And it is bobbled but caught at the front of the end zone.
It's No Fly Zone's night, guys. It really is.
Everything's working for them.
Yeah, everything.
There's no listen. They're up by 22 points at this point. Brocasian needs a miracle.
Yeah, you can really see that the dejection start to kind of settle in here for Brocasian. And
the broadcasters or the players?
Both.
It's getting there for the broadcasters too. Nobody wants to see a game get out of hand, and hopefully, of course, Brocasian is able to put up a score or two.
I feel like Brocasian are gonna go for the big play right here. 40 bomb. They're gonna try the deep play. They're gonna see what's open because they need a quick score, and they can't afford to get this drive to play for 7-8 minutes.
They bring Justin Sartola in motion, throws in across his body, Jonathan Louis makes the catch in space,
So shifty, man.
and
I couldn't have been more wrong on my prediction.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Well, listen, it was a good first play, but I don't know. Maybe they should start to kind of speed up a little bit. Yeah, they're taking their time here. I mean, that to me, it just signals that they've already given up.
Well,
if you don't give up right now, you're basically going hurry up the whole rest of the way.
But do
You don't have
speed
time
up?
for this.
It's still early in the second half. You need to score first. First of all, going fast and not scoring is worse than taking 6 minutes and scoring.
that's true in many facets of life. Tarantola looks to the middle of the field, does not throw it. Instead, gets deflagged for a sack by Kevin St.
guys
Pierre.
open. He had
He had
guys open.
at 3 different times that
was
play, he had 3 different reads open. he might have been looking though at the wrong read at the wrong time.
It's possible. It's either that or maybe he was just so worried about St. Pierre, he just wasn't keeping his eyes downfield.
He kept looking down. No, he kept looking to Kyle on the post that was not open.
Yeah,
that
that
was
wasn't
double
open.
covered,
Yeah, that wasn't open
which
at all.
also means somebody's
Someone
open
else
at some
is
point.
open.
Like the short hook on the left hand side.
Yeah,
That was
or
perfect.
like you had Charantola over the top too, and I don't think he's hit him once so
No,
far in this game.
Justin has no targets this game.
So it's just weird. It's a weird game for Brocasian, and that's a big play right there.
that happens occasionally. That's the last time we made that joke.
Please.
That's the last time.
Occasion.
Occasion does get ready.
It
They
was
get
clever
set.
the first time piece.
I know.
Now it's not.
And just for those joining us now, those just
'Cause
joining
we are
us live.
live.
We are live actually.
We are.
Tarantola delivers over the middle of the field. It's a tight window, and Justin Tarantola unable to make the catch.
Yeah, really the first time all game that he's really looked to him deep, and it happened to have been more of a prayer kind of toss up into double coverage there.
That was an interesting play where Kyle Lebowski was open early on the route and then kind of caught up to Justin
yeah, they
to
both
end up
ended
at
up
the same
in
point.
the
where
same place. I don't know if that certainly could not have been by design.
No,
I don't
but
know
you bring 2 safeties to the same spot. So
Yeah.
if Justin burns the first safety, there's somebody else coming in. You're making
had
it much
like-
tougher for him.
They had like 2 seams.
Yeah.
Going to the same spot.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
Maybe it's just miscommunications between the receivers telling, hey, you should go deeper, I should go.
Very possible.
What I thought it was like 1 safety. Be like, we have 2, they have 1. We have odds. Let's take it. We got numbers.
They're going in I formation here.
That's
Haven't
Well-
seen this in a while.
It's the Brocasian way.
And a couple of fake handoffs. Tarantola keeps it. He's going to run. He takes off. He can't pitch it, but he does get contacted by 3 players, and there is a flag thrown by referee George Ladder.
Somehow they decided to run on 4th and
Forever.
12, 13.
Listen, it's one of those. What was it? That
But
that Ray Rice play against. Was it the
Tarantola
Chargers?
limping off the field.
Yeah,
by
Fourth
the
and
way.
27, he hits him on a dump off. I mean, listen, you
But like he sprained his ankle.
you're trying to you're trying to catch them off guard. It almost worked, to be honest with you, and they just came up a bit
Yeah.
short.
Well, Brocasian has been doing this. It's something nobody else in FBF does is I formation because it's flag football. Why would you run I formation when you can't hit anybody?
Division E. That's all you run down there.
And they're the only one to do it successfully.
That's
I
true.
guess.
That's
But
true.
Brocasian has been doing the I formation for a while, and it is another example where they have a running back line up, and then they get somebody else come crashing in, and the way they've been playing, it's been working for them. But now you can see Christian's limping. He's not going back on defense.
He's
There was
still
a flag, but
Well, I don't know what the refs are still talking about it right now.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
what
looks
they
confusing.
decided on.
I'm confused.
Everybody's
among
confused.
other things.
I feel like even the players are confused.
Hopefully our resident referee assistant Steve Hothod will be able to
Wow,
clear
okay,
up
I think
why.
I don't know if I saw properly. I think she said that he's off for 5 plays.
Yeah, it's a UR against
On who?
On
Christian
Charantola, on Christian.
Oh, really? You are? I didn't see that.
Apparently
Yeah,
they,
he's
they,
off.
they called that he lowered his shoulder.
Oh.
And,
Well, we'll see it here on the replay.
Oh, to the face of Steve Sander.
I don't think that was intentional per se.
No,
but
it-
still, you want to keep the game safe. You want it to get.
Yeah, no,
And again,
listen,
was-
I understand
At
it.
full,
I
at full.
understand the
We
call.
have the breakdown. We have the slow-mo repeat. It's much easier
Yeah.
for us to see at full speed. It's very tough to see. If you see a guy
you
getting
see
a shoulder
guy's
to the
face
face,
get exploded like we see
there's
right
no
here.
way you can allow it to go down. You know, he's trying to duck. He's trying to move away, and then he hits shoulder to the face. There's
Well,
no
it's
way you
tough
can let that
because
go, right?
Christian knows that knows what the situation is. He knows he needs to get the first down.
Meanwhile, Hume's putting it up to Eddie Martinez, who catches the ball. For
Oh,
a touchdown.
that's fun. He threw his flag back into his hands.
It was planned. all the
Chantola's
way.
practicing in his hands. You want to make sure he can catch him.
See, in my
Just in case they go to him eventually.
in my belief, this score right here was a dagger. Now, no fly zone are up by almost 30 points
And when Brocasian's offense comes back on the field,
They won have Christian. Yeah.
for 4 plays,
before
which
for a
is
drive essentially.
which is huge.
So far,
really-
and by the way, speaking of 4 downs, on 4th down, Brocasian is 0 for 3 so far.
Yes. So they haven't punted. They decided to go on every single down. I don't know why I turned around to Eagle. Nobody should listen to him ever.
Rich Humes has a man back in the end zone. It is Steve Sanner. It is a convert. Man, it's like it's pitch and catch.
It really is.
He's thrown to his dad out there in the yard.
Occasion are looking like they're hurt all over the place. Christian's not allowed to come back. Alec just limped off the field for the second time tonight. It's messy.
So are they gonna go? No, he has to come on.
No, it looks
Okay.
like Alec is not coming back on.
All
He
right,
looks
so
hurt.
they're going 5 right
And
now.
Christian is not allowed on the field. So
For 4 more plays.
And I mean, obviously, down this much, it's not really going to change much. But that's the one thing when you play with only 6-7 guys in the season.
Yeah.
When the situation comes up, you're kind of.
What do you do in this point?
It's getting bad. It's getting tough to watch.
As a
My
defense-
eyes are regretting being part of my face right now.
As a defense, you send double rusher for this.
No. not
Yeah,
necessary.
I would definitely. You have
Yes.
the extra guy. You have
There's
the extra
no way
guy.
Justin can run, right?
No, I mean,
guess.
Well, against double rush, I'm saying.
The snapper could take one of them out, though.
Oh yes, no, but if you're running man across the board, you have a spare guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's exactly what they did. They ran man across the board with 2 rushers, and Justin was forced to throw a football, which is not the best at.
Mhm.
He's a receiver first, and he's never been a quarterback before. And now you're in the finals. You're on the big stage. You're down by 28 points, and your QB's asking you, "Hey, you're throwing a football for the next 4 plays."
Yeah. Oh, and do it with only 4 receivers.
Alex Tarantola having a double rush of Kevin St. Pierre and Rich Humes. He delivers the ball to Kyle Britton anyway, as Kyle Britton can't keep his balance, but ends up on the next
But he
field.
makes the catch.
makes the
That's-
catch.
that's
Made
what
the
matters.
catch, got the yardage. It's just he decided to keep going
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
because he
it's-
didn't hear a whistle.
Yeah, and it's important because at least now he's out of his end zone when he's backing up, which against double rush is obviously very important.
And they
Brookhaven
snap it quickly.
finally going to the
Ooh, and is deflagged for a sack.
Justin
by
tried,
Rich Humes.
tried to run against double rusher. It's a very tough scenario to do.
Well, he almost got it, but
Yeah.
Should
unfortunately.
they go to a silent count or perhaps like go on 2 kind of thing?
I mean, you have to. You have to try something against your rushers.
Well, at least they're going to know huddle offense, which is helping them in some way.
Yeah,
Now,
but
Christian's
it's
back.
It's a bit late.
Christian's back, but it's 4th down.
Anyway,
It's 4th down. It's 34-6. It's not pretty.
This is if Brookhaven can convert on this very 4th down, the game is basically over. But in this case, even if they do convert, there's about 12 minutes left in this game. It's not looking bright.
Tarantola delivers over the middle of the field. Jonathan Louis catches the ball, gets wrapped up by Steve Sanner, keeps going. No flag on that one, but
so
again,
really,
tough
it's
call.
like nothing really happened there. Tarantola coming back in, or Christian that is, at the right time. 4th down, 4th and long.
Why
coming
not?
up- Yeah.
Just deliver a strike.
Delivers a strike to Louis over the middle of the field. He comes up with a really big catch with
Ma-
Eddie Martinez all over his back, and
This is
and
a
they're
Chris-
marching now.
This is the Christian we've grown to know this season. He makes it look effortless. He's throwing dimes all across the place.
And quads, the ball delivered high, and it is intercepted after Vinny Galano
Bounced it himself.
Batted
So-
to himself. He had 2 guys in the area, Lebowski behind Charantola, and the ball was
Just a
thrown
poorly thrown
right
ball.
at Vinny's hands.
So again, as we mentioned earlier, if you have 2 receivers on the same safety,
Again,
you're
you have
not
numbers.
helping yourself.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So,
As well, Vinny comes off here, just limping on the sideline. Not
bit-
that it really matters. And it's 30.
think
But
we
it's,
just got
it's been that kind of game where guys
Yeah.
are just coming up a
Maybe
little sore.
somebody
and
just stepped on his foot or something. You know.
Yeah, I think it's more something like that. But
still enjoyable.
But at this point, does it really matter? Vinny could bench himself instead of being hurt in a game that's basically over. Just take a few plays off and
Wawalski snaps
Chill.
it to the one. From the one, Rich Humes runs just to give himself some space, gets a couple of yards, 2nd down.
great tackle by Marc Provost, who subbed in as a rusher since Alec has not yet to be seen.
yeah, very interesting to see Provo come in and actually make a good tackle, a good sack, a good tackle rather. After basically Alec Charantola, an all-star rusher again, who just was not all that effective all game long versus Rich Humes.
Look, Brookhaven just looked demotivated. They just look beat. All across the they're walking back into the huddles.
It's tough. I mean, what do you really want them to do here? I mean, it's when it's 34-6. There's not that much time
Do you
left.
really give up?
No, I mean you don't give up, but you finish strong. But you're not gonna be as motivated as you were back in those 0-0 to start the game.
Agreed.
That called out of bounds is Kevin St. Pierre, unable to keep his feet in.
Close.
Close call.
Close call, but it's George had the better positioning on the ball. He was right there, and it's the kind of call you expect out of our talented refs. You can see it on the replay.
Eddie Martinez had a
You
good
can't
view
see it on the
player.
Actually, you can because Eddie's right there.
Thanks, Eddie.
Eddie
Oh,
had
yeah.
the best view
There you
though.
go.
There you go.
On the slow mo, we can
can't
slightly
that.
see
Well,
it.
no,
We
from
got
this-
no idea where his feet are.
No, exactly.
Stop pretending. That meathead analysis brought to you by Sportira and the best dressed moment of the day.
It's basically what we do for a living.
Oh wait, we can see it from this angle.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's clearly on the
one.
line. His foot
Yeah.
is literally on the line.
Simon Dashne, the replay man, sees
So on.
everything.
Thank you.
Humans gets the ball in the end zone, puts it up there to Fontana, goes up, makes the catch,
Great catch right there,
and
Fontana.
gets cuddled to the ground
Yeah,
by.
Man, that is.
it looked fun. It looked
like
like he wanted to be
Tarantola.
there.
yeah.
No, but that was a great play
Derek
by.
Fontana small spoon on that one.
Really, honestly, a really cocky play there by No Flies and Rich Humes going for the deep ball there with essentially, just time running out here. But they complete it. Fontana makes the great catch, and he's been solid all game long from making those tough
All
tough
season long,
tackles.
he's not the guy we talk about on this team because there's
Yeah.
so many
There's
big name players. But
Yeah, but I mean, and it's deservedly so. I mean, Eddie Martinez, Vinny, they're not just a bunch of nobodies. These are really some of the elite guys in this league, and it just goes to show just how much talent they have in this team. To be able to say that Derek Fontana isn't among
The household names, yeah.
exactly, on this team.
Humes gets ready, gets the ball right in the gut, moves to his right, throws a strike to Eddie Martinez at the back of the end zone, keeps his feet in, right at that little corner thingy.
For a touchdown.
It's a soccer corner thingy.
Soccer corner thingy.
They've made it look easy from start to finish.
But they keep doing it too.
Yeah,
It's every
and
drive.
it's-
As soon as they get
And
around the end
this
zone.
really is. This is like a microcosm of the no-fly zone all season long. I mean, guys, we experienced it back in week 2.
No, we didn't. We weren't there. Stop lying.
I experienced it. I was there.
I
It was,
mean,
it was
I
enjoyable.
I forgot everything about that game.
Neither of us played it. I was hurt as well. Terrible.
I very much remember this being the exact same team that we played against, and just rolling through, demolishing just everything in their path, offense, defense. If there was a special teams, they would ace that too. I mean,
That was a strange
special teams was
decision.
excellent.
They
Yeah,
have-
they went to, on the convert. They went to a fade to Kevin St. Pierre.
well,
on
I mean,
Jonathan
at
Lewis.
this point, you're
It
just
doesn't
having
matter,
fun. You're just trying to get everybody involved.
But why did
They're
you
gonna
pick
throw it
on
to a somersaulting receiver. It's fine.
You picked on one of the best defenders in the division.
Well,
in
listen,
Jonathan
you
Lewis.
want-
you want to test your
Yes,
guys against
okay,
their guys.
fine, the score. But what I'm saying is, why do you test one of the
41-6 is why. As Christian Charantola gets ready to try and make the game somewhat more respectable, gets the ball, looks to his left, then over the middle of the field, delivers a deep ball to the right.
Kalabowski,
creates a
40-yard
great
bomb,
basket
touchdown.
catch.
And
I know, that's the play-by-play. That's what I'm doing. You're talking at the same time, so it's difficult to understand.
It sucks to say it at this point in the game, but you just have to wonder how it would have gone down if you had tried that earlier on.
This was the first play of the game.
Well, first or just early on in the game, you have. I feel like if you get to the finals, you have to trust your guys against their. I mean, or else how are you going to win? You have to believe that your guys can make plays against them, and you have one of the best receivers in all Division C,
and
Kyle
Christian
Lebowski.
Charantola does have a great arm.
Yeah,
Yes.
he has, this is what he does. He throws 40 bombs. I mean,
His 40 bomb is special to watch. I watched him in the semifinals where he was dropping dimes without even being set in the pocket. He was roaming around buying time, and back foot would hit end zone to end zone, perfectly placed.
When has he ever sat in the pocket, to be fair?
he's doing it
Right now, there you go.
That's the one.
And he was off
Nobody.
target.
That's
But
why.
that's just
That's
the
why he doesn't do it. 41-12 now. No fly zone leads the beatdown against Brocasian in the Division C
Well,
finals.
on the plus side, it gives a little bit of life to Brocasian, saying, "Listen, we can hang with these guys. We can score. It's just a little bit too late."
I don't know if I'd call 41-12 hanging with them necessarily, but regardless,
It's not over, Justin.
oh,
Back-to-back pick sixes.
yeah, that's gonna happen right now.
When you hang, it's not always close. You're not always hanging with Mr. Cooper. So
You could show with somebody. You can hang with them. It doesn't mean.
Yeah. it could be just
Gosh,
you're hanging with more
Justin.
talented people. It happens. Rich Humes gets the ball as he gets set to deliver. Throws a deep pass. It's somewhat underthrown.
Picked
It is
off.
Picked
Oh,
off.
that hurts.
Jonathan Louis hits the ground hard as Steve Sander went up to make a play along with Jonathan Louis.
Honestly, credit to Luis still at this point in the game, really fighting hard, finishing through, going up to try to make that play. Unfortunately, just landed really hard on his back. You hope he's okay here, but just kind of a weird. Well, listen, I guess it's 41-12, but still kind of a weird pass there from Rich Humes.
Yeah, it was uncharacteristic. I think he was going for Vini down deep, and he just underthrew him, and then he ended up going to the other guy.
It's very possible, but Louis, he really had him the whole way through.
Because
And
when he
obviously,
dropped back, right?
Yeah.
He came back for the
Yeah.
ball where he was open.
yeah. And again, I mean, as we mentioned, a few plays earlier, Louis probably being one of the highest jumping guys in.
He's one of the
in
best,
this league.
one of the best
Got
defenders in this.
Yeah,
in
the
this
kid's got hops.
He doesn't
for
look like it because he's like 7'5".
7.
No,
7'5".
5'7".
It's been a long night for Simo here, guys.
7'5". That would be awesome. He would be one of the monsters from Div D.
Yeah.
Lots of perhaps liquid confidence from Simon Dashner before the game because
I wish.
man,
So
maybe Simon's getting beat 41-12 by his liver.
Why?
Louis.
What is this going on?
Louis heads off the field. Clearly needs a minute there.
Brocasian are back to 5 players as Alec is not back on the field. He looks like he's done with no cleats on his sideline.
Get
no
Brett
cleats,
Buckin in there.
no socks.
We see Brett Buckin
No
on the
flags.
sideline. Come on, just have him join the game. Why not? The game's over anyway. Humes gets the ball. He rolls to his right, throws over the middle. Vinny Galano catches the ball, checks for his flag, still has him, but now they've been removed.
And
It was a
another
tough bang play from Eddie to
Brocasian
Kyle.
player heading down.
Kyle Britton is hurt, punches the floor.
No, it looked like a knee with Eddie Martinez. They're both limping. They're both not happy with the situation.
So are they going to go down to 4? I mean,
They can't play with 4. You cannot play with 4. It's actually in the rule book. Please learn it.
I just show up and play, man.
Those are balls.
I
Those
just
is win.
all they do is win.
I just win. Not with you two guys though.
No.
Wow. Have you already forgotten winter?
Yes.
Stop living in the past.
Yeah,
you know.
we live in the now.
Well, the now is
in
over.
In the now, it's
Thank God.
41-12, and like there's I think one healthy limb on the Caucasian team.
Marc Provost.
Hey, yeah, to be fair, the guy's in good shape, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta give it
To
him.
be honest, he's playing with Rusher. He's underrated. He doesn't get enough credit. He was one of the reasons why their vocation.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was a great exchange there. Jonathan Louis makes a huge play, and then Kyle Lebowski almost picks it off with one hand as he's
that's
falling out of
sick.
the end zone.
See, again, as we mentioned, Rich Humes hasn't been going to the right side much tonight because of the matchups where you have Kyle Lebowski and Jonathan Louis on top of one another. It's the kind of matchups you want to avoid, and we're seeing why Rich Humes has been going to the other side so much.
To be fair, Jonathan Louis did start on the left-hand side guarding Derek Fontana, and then at the second half, Caucasian did make that shift. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out as well as they thought.
Yeah, it's a bit too late here, but
No fly zone, ready to take the field once more. Humes runs, gets deflagged early by Justin Charantola.
Great tackle by Justin Sarantolo, who read the run perfectly.
so it's still 41-12 here, guys.
You don't have to say it every 5 minutes. Well, like 5 seconds, not minutes.
Every 5 minutes would be fine, actually.
Yeah,
That's
5 minutes would
That's
actually
an
be
adequate
legit.
amount of time to
Sorry,
reflect on the
guys.
score.
It's yeah.
Well, listen, I mean,
Where do you go from here? No fly zone, obviously. Well, it's a spring team only, right?
Right.
No fly zone is
Yeah,
not.
with this
They don't
group,
play winter, but it's a very strong group. They're obviously will have to move up after this.
Humes makes a throw to the back of the end zone. Steve Center catches it, floats, but floats out of bounds.
Yeah, so No Fly Zone has to move up at this point. Brocasian, it's been a really good season for them. They were 4th seed coming into this matchup. They had a great run in the playoffs. It's a tough way to finish. It's a tough outing, but still, it's an impressive season from them.
Yeah, very much, in my opinion anyway, is just overmatched really against a team as solid all the way through as No Fly Zone. And, to be fair, that's true with just about every other team in this division. No Fly Zone just have been above and beyond the cream of the crop all year long. And there's no way they could fit in C once again with this squad.
Humes moves, puts the ball up. Center this time inbounds, touchdown.
No flags, though.
Well, not anymore.
He was tackled.
Still
Regardless, it's still a great catch from C-Center. This is the exact offense we've been seeing for 13 weeks from No Fly Zone, where he would go to Corey for some point, and then we hit Feeney, and then it would switch. There's so many pieces on this offense that you could go to that it feels like a festival to be Rich Humes.
Yeah, good day to be Rich Humes today, guys.
It's a good day to be Rich Humes on most days, actually.
Yeah, his life looks fun.
Yeah, he seems to be lived a charmed life. And
So are we giving the Finals MVP to Mr. Humes?
I believe so, because it's a good day to be Rich Humes.
It is.
Nice play by Jonathan Louis, and a play that doesn't really matter.
Once again,
Playing hard though.
great defensive play. He doesn't give up. It's his ego on the line, right? You don't want to be seen on tape being beat up left and right. He's not the reason their defense is not successful tonight.
Brocasian guys, I believe this is their 4th finals in recorded FPF
It's
history.
their first finals with Christian.
That's fair.
They've lost. They've won.
They went to one with Norman Weeks and lost.
Yes.
They won one with Marco Mastiotti's
They
quarterback.
and they won. They went with Phil Cutler.
And they
and
won with Phil
lost.
Cutler in the spring and lost.
And
Last spring, actually. Yeah, one year
Yeah.
ago today,
Yeah.
or thereabouts.
We are there about. Yeah, they lost to Preds, a team you know very well, Piers.
Yeah, the team that beat us and before we didn't make the finals.
anyways, speaking of now,
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brooke
Still
Asian back on
47-12.
offense.
Brooke Asian
As
now.
here's Louis coming back on the field. At this point, you just
Louis
want
must be exhausted. By the
Oh,
way.
you know
I mean,
it.
he's all over the field. He's doing everything he can, just unable to compete. As Tarantola gets the ball, delivers the ball
there you
to Louis, who goes over one hand.
almost had it.
Oh,
And
almost caught it, and then
The
almost
speed
lost
on
his
this
face.
man is insane.
fell awkwardly.
He went from like top gear, the ball was in the air, and he went to like he made an extra
He
gear,
made another gear, yeah.
to catch up to that pass. And
Brooke called a timeout to get an extra play in before the end of the game.
Hey, why not? Running around, having a good time.
Oh, Jonathan Louis was open on the route.
oh,
the
he
whole
was,
way.
he was,
And,
he
and
was.
the thing is, with Louis, like he started, it was a fly. The ball was thrown inside.
Yeah.
He somehow got there, jumped,
That's what
landed
I'm saying.
awkwardly, and then bounced up.
He
Like
kicked
nothing
it
happened.
into like 7th gear. He was in 6th, and he's just like, I'm gonna go up and get this. And that's fight. It's 47-12, but that's what we'd like to see, from
Yeah.
our players, from guys in this
Hey, don't
league.
give up. Just keep going. Like, go back to what you do best and just enjoy the rest of the way. You made it here. Might as
You know,
well.
Louis, he's the kind of guy you want to have on your team. I mean, he will give you his 100% the whole way through. Doesn't matter what the score is.
Tarantola already received the snap. No fly zone. Not ready to allow any deep balls as they send all their defenders deep. Kyle Lebowski goes back, and the ball's thrown short.
Bad
and it's
down.
knocked down by Vinny Galano.
Game's over. No fly zone takes it 47-12.
Thank God.
Well, congratulations to No Fly Zone on really the only logical ending to their season. Given how easy it's been for them really all year long. Tough loss here for Brocasian, the second spring in a row that they lose in in blowout fashion, if
But
you
hey,
will.
at least they make the finals, right?
It's
You can take a jab at a team for making the finals.
no,
and then
definitely
being
not,
blown
definitely
out.
not. And you have to give Brocasian credit. They fought their way through the playoffs the whole way. Two of their 3 wins were second half comebacks. Unfortunately, they just fell short in the final. But regardless, it was a great season from them, and it'll be interesting to see where they go from this point on. Brocasian.
We see now No Fly Zone huddling around FPF President Rob Campana, who's there to present them with their championship trophy, as well as present them with the
fabulous shirts and
fabulous shirts, as well as the
finals
the
MVP trophy.
Finals
Finals MVP
MVP as well. Thank you, Simon.
So, mate, you want
Sorry,
to
you
do
look
play by
struggling.
play?
No, he was looking struggling, but there's a gap.
I wasn't.
And,
I was
you know.
speaking English, and I'm forgetting that. And the championship trophy delivered. Rich Humes has it in his hand. He might have to free up that hand to get another trophy. However.
There
There
it
you
is.
go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and
2
really-
trophies, 2 hands.
Very deserving. His
Definitely.
performance tonight was impressive. It's exact. No Fly Zone did not need Rich Humes to be perfect, but he was tonight.
Yeah, he was anyway.
There was simply nothing Brocasian could do against the way this offense was playing tonight.
Guys, it was far from a great game, but a great season nonetheless from No Fly Zone from Brocasian. Brocasian unable to get it done once again in the finals. Unfortunate for them, but it's still a good core. As we say, they keep making the finals.
Definitely.
So maybe just go out and get that piece, right?
Yeah, it's maybe just one missing piece here or there that's just missing. To be able to give them that extra edge, and especially on the offensive side of the ball, all year long they've really kind of depended on their defense to keep them in games, to win them games on many occasions. Yes, defense is very important, but without an offense that can really score points, it's just not going to happen. Especially when you're into a train like No Fly Zone. On both sides of the ball, just so efficient. You have to have an offense that can keep up, and it just wasn't there today.
It's like they say, defense wins championships. Nope, not at FPF.
For No Fly Zone, yes.
No, because their offense was ridiculous.
Their offense was crazy today.
It was easy. Like Rich Humes could have played blindfolded. And he
Well,
would
total
still
yards
been awesome.
167.
That doesn't mean anything. Yards are made up.
No, they're not.
Listen,
Yards are totally made up.
It's not so much
They
the
scored
yards.
196 touchdowns.
No,
that's
you
more
could
important.
clearly see from the field, regardless of what the stats say, there just was no stop. It was No Fly Zone stopping themselves if they got stopped today. Brocasian just could
Oh, yeah,
not
no.
do anything.
But the way No Fly Zone defense was playing, I'm saying, is they stopped them on 3 4th downs,
Definitely.
which got them shorter fields for Rich Humes to
Definitely,
work with.
but from that point on, you have to have your quarterback
Oh,
punch
yeah,
the ball
100%.
in, and he did with very relative ease.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And,
Rich Humes deserves this final MVP, but it's not. Let's give credit. To
No,
Fly Zone's
you have to.
defense
But
for
all the
being
guys, I mean,
fantastic.
Korwalowski on those corners constantly. We saw big plays by Vinny Galano
Vinny
on both
with-
sides
with
of
the
on
toe
both
tap.
sides.
Eddie with the toe tap over here. This receiving core is just ridiculous.
But on defense as well, like Derek Fontana, great game on the outside. We saw again Steve Sander making great plays. We saw
Corey Wolowski make a
Korwalowski.
ridiculous one-hander
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the convert.
Yeah.
both sides of the ball. Lots of guys getting involved, and there we have it, guys. No Fly Zone is your 2016 Division C Finals Championship. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
No, overall, this is kind of what we expected out of Division C when we
How
saw
do you
teams
say
like.
no and then say stuff?
Simon
Talk
Dash-
about final.
No, because this is
You
why
always
I have no
question me
thoughts.
because the way No Fly Zone, when they registered, we expected them to be one of the top tier teams. Preseason they were ranked first and they maintained their high seeding. And the way they've been playing this season is simply lights out. They were the strongest team and they won the championship.
Justin, be smarter than Simon.
I mean, unfortunately, you really said it all.
God damn it.
Listen, it was a great season from No Fly Zone. Going back to Brocasian, they really fought their way through. Tooth and nail all season long. Getting here, for them, I guess was a bit more of a surprise, if you will. Unfortunately, it just didn't go their way at all for them tonight. And we'll definitely be seeing Brocasian back again.
Because that's what they do.
That's,
They make
that's,
the
that's just what they do. So one of these days, maybe they'll win it, and it just didn't happen tonight. It was No Fly Zone tonight.
And you see, there we have it. They both said the same thing. Final thoughts. No Fly Zone. Congratulations to Brocasian for making it. On behalf of Simon Dagenet and Justin Blanchard at Complex Bell, your champion for Division C, No Fly Zone.